I want to end this with our analysis of another Overwatch media, okay? Because I want to read all the lore before anything new comes out. I mean, something new will come out eventually, but I want to continue reading. We needed to read A Better World, that is I think the introduction comic for Symmetra. I never read this, I'm totally blind. Here we are. Symmetra and Lifeweaver lore is so good, I love them so much. I love Symmetra and Lifeweaver as well, but I never read their lore. So this will be totally new for me. A Better World, okay. 10 pages, okay. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, the office of the mayor. I'm sorry, Mr. Corporal, but I'm afraid we're going with the Calado proposal. Your Excellency, you must be joking. Our complex is superior by every conceivable metric. Okay, there are two people talking. The Vishkar Corporation's hard light technology is making the world a better place. Our architects are reshaping cities according to their needs to the blink of an eye, and Satya Wasmani is our finest and most talented. Okay. But your plan extends further into the favelas. We have enough trouble with them as it is. And with all respect, Mr. Vasmani, Mr. Calado has a long history in the city. Better the devil, you know, as it were. Okay, so they want to do like a project in the favelas, but it's not a bit too harsh. Like there are people living in the favela. Where they want to put the people living in the favelas, but I guess you can never trust big corporations. After all, Vishkar is a big corporation. The Calado proposal is hideous, unwieldy. We could provide housing for your slums. Satya, let's not complicate everything. Okay, so Symmetra wants to do things in the right way, but Vishkar is very evil and wants to just do evil corporate things, I guess. She's making a miss. The picture is cracked, sloppy. How can she tolerate that? What picture? Ah, it's because she's fixating on a random detail of the environment. Yeah, of course, she's autistic. A poor choice. Vishkar is making the world a better place. Satya, I suppose we're done here, Madame Mayor. I hope you'll reconsider. Okay. I mean, I tend to be on the side of, you know, the locals instead of the big evil corporations. So until they don't give me a reason to side with Vishkar, I think I will side with the mayor. Let's continue. I should walk back to the hotel, clear my head. I love the art style, by the way, of this comic. This place reminds me of my childhood in Hyderabad. Home. It could be beautiful, clean, filled with order and light. Why don't they see that? I think the discourse is a bit more complicated than that, because if, like, third world countries are like that, is usually because they were exploited by, you know, the countries we call the first world. So at the end, you're trying to fix, Satya, a problem that probably Vishkar helped to make. And that is why they don't want you. Why are they protesting? Why would they want to live in those disgusting slums? Here Satya is talking from a place of privilege. Please, no! And here is where Lucio live, I think, because it's Rio de Janeiro. Too much like home. Too much. All colors and cows and stench. Lady? Oh, look at this angelic face. An island of perfection is in this sea of misery. I'm sorry, Satya, but you're talking from a place of privilege. Like, it's a privilege calling a place a sea of misery when you don't even live there. I'm sorry, Satya, I love you, but you're speaking from... I mean, it's the point, I think. I think it's the point that she still doesn't see the wrong of what Vishkar is doing. So, are you okay? Are you lost? I'm fine, but yes, I am out of my element. I can help. Okay. Come with me. Minutes later. Bye, goodbye, and thank you. So much like me at that age. We're going to get that contract. Make her all their lives better. Satya isn't woke. I think she's just like has very good intentions, but still doesn't see the evil that a big corporation do, you know? Like, she needs to become more woke. I think, but her heart, I think, is in the right place. She just needs to see that Vishkar is not that good. And I don't even know what Vishkar does. I just know that being a big corporation, it cannot do anything good, you know? Also because I heard a few things from like other characters lore, like Lucio lore, that I don't know the details, but I know Vishkar is nothing good. Also because Domina is from Vishkar and now is allied with Talon, you know? No matter what it takes, Kalado's got a lot of security. You'll need to break out the tools. We want this contract, Satya. We deserve it. Find something on him. Vishkar! Sanjay has always said I was different. Everyone is asking where I fit on the spectrum. Does she mean the autism spectrum? I used to bother me because I knew it was true. It doesn't bother me anymore because I can do things nobody else can do. Symmetra is canonically autistic. Yeah, I know she's canonically autistic. I was just asking if in this case she was talking about autism or something else that has a spectrum, because, you know, light has a spectrum. So since she's using hard light, I was wondering if she was talking about her own autism or maybe the spectrum of the hard light. Well, Kalado is a slumlord, but that's not illegal. He owns substandard buildings side-wide, but there's nothing out of the ordinary. Hey! Blam blam blam! Phew, 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 phew. Careless! That's not like me! Ah! Energy drain? Why not terminate them? You know I don't kill if I don't have to. I'll be gone before they wake up. Ah! No! Ooh! Teleporting. Bounce! Sanjay, I'm afraid there's not enough on Kalado. Perhaps we can get to the Mayor instead. Find something on her. That's disappointing, but so be it. Boom! What? There were men inside! Whatever do you mean? My gods! Kalado won't stand in the way of the good we will do in this city. Not Kalado. The favela! Rosa, mio bebé! My baby. Okay. There. I have you. You're safe now. I won't let anything happen to you. Oh no, her face, it's ruined. Ma io 12 años. Let me read it in a more Spanish way, or Portuguese. In Brazil they speak Portuguese. Meu 12 año. I probably have a very bad pronunciation because Portuguese have a very different pronunciation from Italian. Maybe we can fix this, all of it. And so, at long last, despite occasional setbacks, we are proud to open our new city center. A shame about Kalado's holding, but this was the most satisfactory outcome, no? The mayor had no choice but to have us step in. Oh, I like the metaphors they are doing here. We're going to give them housing. We will. And will their lives be better for it? What fits their station and serves the greater order? That is how Vishkar works. The greater order. The fire in the favela, was that part of the plan? How can you think such a thing? And yet that is the price of rebirth and growth, isn't it, Satya? It was all part of the plan. Yeah, yes. Of course. He's right. We're making the world a better place. We're making the world a better place. Okay. Let's talk about it. This is a very nice comic. And I love this comic because we are also seeing a playable character doing a bad thing. Okay, because what Satya is doing in this comic is obviously a bad thing. Okay, her heart is in the right place, but she still didn't made the process to understand that Vishkar is doing something bad. And in this comic, even if they don't tell you that Vishkar is bad, you can understand that Vishkar is bad. Because if Vishkar was a legit organization, Satya wouldn't need to like enter secretly in the building for getting this contract. Okay, they are forcing their hand to this population that don't want them. So even if they don't say Vishkar is bad, cruel, yada yada, you can understand it because good people don't need to force themselves on others, you know? Also, of course, the explosion. And the thing is that here in this dialogue, it's quite obvious that him is implying that the explosion was wanted because if the favela doesn't exist anymore, they can build their center, okay? So very nice. Also very cute the parallelism between Symmetra autism and also the light spectrum, because you know autism spectrum and also the light is a spectrum. So it's very fitting having her fighting with hard light, it feels very empowering. But also there is one thing that my favorite thing is just that you can see this kid, and this kid can appear like it's out, that it doesn't really fit in the story. I mean, yes, it represents the people living in the favela, okay, and seeing her hurt makes us emotional, okay, yes. But there is a double metaphor about this kid that I really liked. Because when we meet this kid for the first time, like here, okay, Satya says, oh, look at this angelic face, okay, so much like me at that age, okay, so Satya is looking at herself, okay, this kid is a mirror for Satya, okay, so we understand that probably also Satya could come from poor origins. I don't know the backstory of Satya, okay guys, so I'm trying to... So everything I'm saying is just from the reading of this comic. I just know she studied with Life Weaver and she's a Vishkar agent. These are the only information I have about Satya, okay? So here I'm trying to analyze this comic in particular. So, since she says this kid is like her when she was younger, we can understand that maybe Satya was from a poor background, okay, like this kid. And maybe she thinks that Vishkar is doing good things because in her city Vishkar give a house to poor people, okay? Maybe gives also jobs to poor people and all the things like this. And so maybe this is the reason why Satya thinks so highly about Vishkar, and that would make sense. But also, I really love about this. What I really love about this kid is the moment Satya looks at the scar, okay, in the face of this kid, right here, is like she is starting to understand she's doing something bad, because since this kid is a mirror for Satya, when this kid get hurt, is like Satya is hurting herself. It's like that explosion hurt Satya herself, but not physically, in her morality, okay? Because she's recognizing this is wrong, okay? Maybe she still didn't understand fully how bad Vishkar is, but she still understands there is something wrong in what they are doing. And the scar on the kid's face represents that Satya is hurting her own morality for doing what Vishkar is telling her to do. Because we saw that Satya just wants to do something good in the world, because more than one time she says that she just wants to do this so the people can have a better life. But at the same time, she comes from a privileged place, because she doesn't risk to die from hunger anymore, for example, and she doesn't fully understand the context of where these people live. She wants to convince herself that Vishkar is the better, but she could not be sure because she doesn't live there, you know? And for this reason, I really liked how they used this kid in particular, because it gives us another layer of analysis for Satya that is very nice. And also, I really loved, you don't need the character to tell you Vishkar is bad, because everything that Vishkar does in this comic is bad. And I think that this is a very good comic for introducing Symmetra as a character, because we have all the things we need to understand her character. We know that she's autistic, we know that she has a very strong sense of justice, she just wants to do something better, to make the world better, okay? But at the same time, we see that the organization that she's a part of may be corrupt, may not be so good like she thinks, and also is putting Symmetra in, how I said in English, in a conflict, Okay, because she wants to do what is best for people, but she is conflicted now because she is starting to see what Vishkar is in reality. So this is a very nice comic. Seeing this specific expression of Symmetra, we notice that she's forcing herself to accept this reality. I'm asking myself, oh, maybe she will change her heart. Maybe she will see that Vishkar is not that good. Okay, I'm curious to see if Symmetra would rebel to this organization that she's a part of now. So I think this is a very good comic, but like all the comic of Overwatch that we read until now, I really liked it. I really appreciate how in just 10 pages, Overwatch comic can say many things. These are comics that are planned very, very well. And I love that each one of them has a peculiar art style. Also, the art style, I think, makes the message stronger, because if you notice, the art style is very clean. Like, you don't even have almost any line art. You have like very little line art with a lot of shapes. Very clean, okay? And this, I think, reflects Symmetra, you know? So I think the art style actually makes the comic more interesting. So, yes. These are my opinions on this comic, and I really liked it. Okay, I really like this.